Hi AMFishers, I'm Bill Georgopoulos, the host of the AMFisH fishing vlog. Gorgeous fall evening here, early evening. It's about 5:45. Just going to get out of the way here. It's an absolutely beautiful view. I've got them joining behind me. I've taken an opportunity to shoot a bunch of videos. So we've all snagged our baits, and that's why I'm trying to choose to shoot this video. I'm not sure how many people are familiar with something called the slingshot technique. I call it the slingshot technique. That's how it was taught to me. I'm not sure if it's got an actual name or a different name. Sorry, I'm catching a little bit of a wake here from a boat that just passed by. But the slingshot technique, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate it properly. I don't have, well, I can demonstrate it properly. I just can't do it exactly as it would be to snag because I'm in a little bit deeper water here. But let's see if I can actually maybe do this. Step on my bait. So a slingshot technique is, as you see, if I'm stepping on my bait here and I've got my rod and I'm giving it a good little pull there. If I've got my bait snagged, and I'm going to cast this out just to demonstrate it, my bait's completely snagged. So I've got a stump or a tree or a rock or something. We tend to just pull and pull and pull and pull and pull until that comes off, or we break our line, or we bust something. Very simple, easy way to actually do this is push your bail down and pull some line out. I'm going to say probably almost an arm's length. Now at this point, the rod tip is going to be tight against what I'm already snagged on. When you do that, you're going to pull that back. It's going to be like a slingshot. What I mean, and again, it's hard for me to demonstrate it here because I'm not actually hung up anywhere. I'll see if I can actually. Sometimes you can try and do something, and I'm going to try and do it here. Okay, so I'm snagged on the back of I'm just snagging my bait in the back of the boat. So say I'm snagged. Now I'm pulling, that rod's tight, What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this line with my thumb. So I can try and get that on camera, but my rod in front of me is bent completely, and I'm wrenching back on it, I'm giving it tight. The second I let go of this line and push forward like that in a pendulum motion, I'll demonstrate it again, make the rod tip nice and tight. So I've got it tight there. That's it. Well, that's what you want to hear. Once you hear that, you know you're doing it right. You're building tension. What that's going to end up doing is when you actually let go and push forward, you're rocketing your bait, unsnagging it. It may take 2 or 3 tries. I'm actually still snagged on my back end there. There we go. It may take 2 or 3 tries, but the worst thing you can do is yank on it and pull back on it. You'll lose your bait. You probably might even break a rod, break your line. Take the time. You see, you feel yourself get snagged. Do not yank back on it. Do not panic. Do that slingshot motion I just demonstrated. Usually, and again, you can do it on a tube jig. It doesn't matter what you crankbait. I've used it on various baits that have got snagged. 99.98% of the time, if I do it 2 or 3 times, my bait comes free. There's the odd time where it doesn't work and I'm really snagged really bad. That's going to happen. It's part of fishing. We all got to get used to that and get over that. But instead of yanking back every time and getting snagged, practice that slingshot technique. Try it the next time you're out. It's a great little tip. I learned this many years ago, and I've actually been out with some people who doubted me and said, "Oh, that's not going to work. You know, what are you trying to do? That it's not going to work." Trust me, it works. I've gotten tubes that have been snagged in between rocks that flipped back out. I've got a crankbait. I'll pull a crankbait out here. I'll show you. Everyone knows what a crankbait is. Tons of hooks on there. I've got that snagged in a tree, sunken tree. As soon as I pulled back and I felt it, oh man, I was reeling in. I got my bait snagged. I didn't pull. I let the tension off. I made sure the boat was still. Did that slingshot motion. Bang. What ends up doing, and if I can demonstrate this, hopefully. So say my hand here is the actual branch and this is snagged in. Once you rocket that slingshot back, it typically will shoot the hooks backwards. Just enough to get your bait free. Again, it doesn't work every single time. The circumstances don't need to be perfect for it to work. You just got to be patient and don't be wrenching and burying that hook more and more into that structure that you're snagged on. Just take the time to do that slingshot technique. Like I said, it's a great little technique. Pull that line tight, and when you hear that, it's almost like an elastic band. When it goes dink, that's what you want to do. Try it once, try it twice, try it 3 times. Again, most of the time for me, by the 3rd time I've done it, my bait has come free. So I hope you find that tip helpful. It'll probably end up saving you a lot of baits as it saved me over the last several years. So thank you for tuning in once again, guys, and I will see you at my next video blogs.